Hare Krishna, dear devotees. It is so nice to be with you all this wonderful evening. Mhm. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swa Padantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gurvani Pracharani Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desakari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. After seeing your beautiful faces here, all experienced devotees practicing Krishna consciousness very seriously for quite a bit of time, I was trying to meditate on the life and characteristics of great devotees from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is one of the very important and prominent Puranas that are listed in the Vedic knowledge. We have Vedas, Upanishads, Itihasas, Puranas. And Vedas, the knowledge that are mentioned in the Vedas are very complex to understand by ordinary people like ourselves. They all are talking about God, but they are in a specific form, like suktas, like in a poetic form, and very complex ancient Sanskrit. It's not easy Sanskrit that we can easily understand. One must have the knowledge of Sanskrit to understand those. And they talk about different kind of worships, different kinds of way of and promoting one to heavenly planet and finally inspire one to get liberation, moksha. So those knowledge, those Vedas really difficult, and we do not have enough time to study them, and we cannot bring any knowledge. Sometimes it is very confusing. That is why Vyasadeva, in order to complete the teaching of Vedas in simplified form, in nice story type form, he composed or compiled Puranas. Puran means to complete, also ancient. So among those Puranas and Itihasas, Srimad Bhagavatam is the chief among them. Vyasadeva wrote this in his complete maturity, when he was completely self-realized, when he was completely illusion. Even though Lord Vyasadeva was the incarnation of Krishna himself, but still he composed this Purana in his maturity under the instruction of great devotee Narada Muni, in order to bring a special character of Krishna. And this Purana is completely devoid of any kind of material contamination. In other Vedic literatures, you have so many options. If you go through this path. If you follow this path, you will attain this result. If you walk this way, you will reach this destination. If you want to clean yourself from all bad reactions, then follow this and that. And so many path of worships are given. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, the main thing is that you will try to know who God is and try to love Him with your heart, with your mind, with your intelligence, with your everything. This is what is taught in Srimad Bhagavatam in order to understand God completely. And when we try to learn Krishna or God completely, we are not trying to learn by acquiring so much knowledge. Like Gyanis, they try to understand God by studying so much knowledge, and by the strength of knowledge, they want to know God. Not by approaching God personally and contributing some service to the Lord, but by the strength of the knowledge they acquire and they try to understand the God. But on the other hand, devotees, they do not try to acquire just knowledge and try to understand Krishna, but they want to come to Krishna personally before Him, and they want Krishna reveal that knowledge about Him to the devotees. This is the difference between devotees and Gyanis. They want to study Shastras to acquire so much knowledge so that by the strength of their knowledge, they want to know God, negating God's personal presentation. On the other hand, devotees want to approach God and sincerely serve, and Krishna, by being pleased by one sincere devotion, then He reveals to the devotees. Otherwise, nobody can understand Krishna on our own strength. It is beyond our area, our mental, our intelligent capacity to understand Krishna. So one time, this story is mentioned in the Upanishad. One time, there was a debate in heavenly planet among all the great personalities like Indra, all kind of great demigods. They were discussing about who is the supreme person, who is the supreme powerful God. Because they had all that demigods, sometimes what happened, some kind of prideness come in their mind, even though they are naturally devotees. When something bad happened, they immediately take Krishna's shelter. But at the other time, they are kind of puffed off because of their heavenly facilities. And they were discussing about who God is, who is the strongest personality, who is the ultimate powerful God is. Then they were debating, and Krishna himself was present there in a disguised form. Nobody knew that Krishna was there, but he was there. And they were arguing that, I think this is God, this must be God. They were talking about different personalities. And Krishna, as a part of the team, he said that, I challenge you that none of you are correct. If you cannot be stronger, superior than God, if you are so, then I have here grass, the dry grass, make it burn with your energy, with your fire or with your weapon or whatever you have. Make it burn if you have that powerful personality. So then everybody started thinking, this is very easy job. It's a dry grass. If we make a fire, it will immediately burn. What a big deal it is. I can do it. Anyone can do it. All right. Let's see. Do it practically. Why do you speak? And they try to burn that grass. Grass is never burned. No fire is there, even though it's a dry grass. All these powerful demigods, they try to use their weapons, their different arrows, there are all kind of possible thing they have. They try to burn the grass, but they could not. And later on, Krishna in disguise, he came up and says that, what kind of powerful demigod you are? You cannot even burn a dry grass. How can you even grasp the power and strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? This is beyond your mental area, mental speculation. And then Krishna left. So that is what Krishna is. He's inconceivable to our material mind and senses and intelligence. So this is why devotees always take shelter of Krishna and try to surrender unto him, so that Krishna can reveal some portion of his opulence, and by which devotee always fix their mind with the service attitude in the lotus feet of Krishna. So we all know about Hiranyakasipu and Prahlad Maharaj. So the great Acharya says that there are only two persons who are very powerful, very intelligent. One is devotees, other is demon. How come demon are very intelligent? Yes, demon are really great, very highly intelligent, because they study the Shastras and they acquire all the knowledge. But the problem with them is, instead of using their intelligence to know and surrender and love God, but they use it for opposite direction. They try to use that knowledge to defeat God. But on the other hand, devotees, they are very intelligent. They study the scriptures, they do devotion, and they try to love God. That is why only two people are very smart and intelligent. And one is good intelligence, the other is bad intelligence. So Hiranyakasipu was really very, very intelligent, because he had a bad feeling, he had enmity towards God, and he knew that in order to defeat Lord Vishnu, who is supreme, so-called supreme God for him, I need to be something extraordinary. I cannot do with this physical body. So I need to do what? Some austerities. Otherwise, how can I defeat Lord Vishnu, who is so powerful and strong? So, and when he was trying to do tapasya, he cannot meditate, he cannot ask from Lord Vishnu, because he considered Lord Vishnu as his enemy. He wanted to kill him. And the mentality of the meaning, if you analyze the word Hiranyakasipu, Hiranya means gold. Nice bait, soft bait, gold. Nice means, gold means, here it is not talking about real gold, but opulences, enjoying mentality, money, wealth, power, position, all these things. Kasipu means a soft bait, means a woman. Literally, money and sex means Hiranyakasipu. The whole world, they are dreaming to make some money and enjoy sex life. This is the reality. And the whole world is pursuing about with that vision. And Prabhupada says, we have so many descendants of Hiranyakasipu in this Kali Yuga, because everybody wants what Hiranyakasipu wants. So that's the meaning of Hiranyakasipu. And if you want to know the meaning of Prahlad Maharaj, you already know, maybe you already might know, but Prahlad, there's two words together. Pra means the prefix pra means completely. And the second word is Allad. Allad means what? Happiness, blissfulness. One who lives his life with providing complete satisfaction to the Lord. Or in other words, one who wants to enjoy his life by satisfying Lord completely with his all wholeheartedly. is called Prahlad. When we chant Narsinga prayer, what do we say? Prahlada Allada Daini. One who gives that satisfaction and happiness and to Prahlad. So Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. And the way Krishna works is very unique. And nobody can even think how he does. The father is number one enemy. Can you imagine? And Krishna is defeating his father using his own son, Prahlad Maharaj. Why do we still get the life of Prahlad Maharaj and we are still? Why? Why do we? Because this happened many years ago, many millions years ago. Because by seeing Prahlad Maharaj's tortures and difficulties and hardship that he was going through in his life, just because he was promoting Krishna, just because he was being a devotee of Krishna, he had gone through so many tortures and pain and difficulties and hindrances and hurdles and so many things. So, by seeing Prahlad Maharaj's strong determination and his strong belief and faith in God, generated our faith that if Prahlad survived in all those adverse situations, if I have little faith in God, if I have same kind of love in Krishna, then Krishna will definitely protect me as well. This is how these great stories teaches people in order to follow the path of great devotees, not the path of great demon. On the other hand, the great demon who was doing tapasya and for thousands of years, his body, his blood was up, his flesh muscles were decaying, and he was holding his life in his bone, in his skeleton, and he was still completely focused on his goal and meditating. And finally, Brahmaji appeared in order to give some benediction, some boon to him. So, if one is not favored by Lord, even though one is very powerful, go through so many deep austerities and thousands of years, meditation, do and so much things, he cannot survive. And on the other hand, Prahlad Maharaj was constantly chanting. He was given a special mantra. That mantra was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What was the mantra?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yeah, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And he was completely chanting that mantra, not to beg from Krishna that please Krishna protect me. I'm in great difficulties. I need your help. I'm chanting your name to protect me from my demoniac father. That was not the goal of Prahlad Maharaj chanting the mantra of Krishna. He wanted to teach people that if you take Lord, you will be protected. All the people like us. Normally, what happens when we chant mantra or whenever we do some kind of spiritual activities, we always think ourselves first. I want to get some peace. Let me go to Hare Krishna today and meditate with the devotees so that I'll be relieved from my anxieties. I'm going through so many difficulties in my life. Let me grab some bead and chant some rounds so that I may get some kind of stress-free. Or let me read book. In general, in the beginning stage, our every single activities are focused on our own personal purposes. So the devotion means that is just satisfying our own self or being happy or blissful are not the goal of devotional life. In devotional life, we may have to go through so many difficulties. We have to go through so many adverse time. Sometimes we may be criticized badly. We may be alone. Everybody might leave us, our friend, our family. All these people might leave you alone. So Krishna sometimes knowingly arranged this torturous environment to his devotees so that people in coming generation can see that and strengthen their faith. Just like if you see the life of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was crucified. He was talking about God. He was preaching the message of God and he was crucified. And he says that, live life like me. Try to die for God. That was the message from Jesus Christ. And his followers, after he passed away for 200-300 years, Roman people were torturing Christian people. Say that, give up Jesus Christ, stop worshiping him, following him. But because they saw that Lord Jesus Christ was crucified and great example for us, so we should not give this away. There is God who exists not only in the pages of ancient book and scriptures. Krishna is always present, even today, even now, yesterday, tomorrow, every time. That is what Krishna confirms from Bhagavad Gita. So when we see some devotees going through such a torture like Haridas Thakur, we still study and get inspiration from the life of great devotees who have gone through such a torture and difficulties in their life. So Prahlad Maharaj was preaching to the whole world that it's not, I am praying Krishna, I am remembering Krishna to save me from falling from the great cliff. But I want to show to the whole world that if you surrender like I do, to worry about anything for your personal life, Krishna will protect you all time. Krishna is always with you in your life. And we might sometimes think, oh, I am practicing Krishna consciousness so long, but I do not see any significant changes in my life. I feel like I'm still on the same level. So one time there was a great Brahmana, Vaishnava devotee, who was practicing his Krishna consciousness for many years. And there was another neighbor who was very atheist, very great atheist. He was Gnostic man. He would always make a fun of him. Hey, Brahman, you are so-called devotee. You live your austere life. I am always enjoying so much thing in my life. I have beautiful girlfriends. I drink every day. I kill animal and enjoy. But you always fasting or doing some puja or some doing this and chanting mantras and studying books. What do you get from this? You are wasting your time for nothing. Hey, look at me, how happy I am. That devotee started thinking, contemplating on these words of the atheistic neighbor. Seems like he's correct, man. I'm really wasting my time. Sometimes I really don't want to wake up in the morning, but I have to. Sometimes I really don't want to perform my sacrifices, but people will start criticizing me again. So many boundaries and difficulties for me, but I never see Krishna coming and blessing me with anything. Maybe I should stop doing all kind of these things in my life, and then I'll see what happened to me. Oh, he stopped. He started, all right, man, you are right. Let me enjoy life like you. Let me join your club. Dukhi club. Dukhi club means a club of sad people. We can only be happy or sad. We are already devoted, right? You cannot be, either you become happy or you become sad. You cannot be non-devotee again, because we have all tested some Krishna consciousness somehow or other in our life. We are attracted by Krishna, so we cannot live. But to live happily or sorrowfully is up to us. And after the Brahmana stopped doing bhakti, Krishna started thinking, oh my God, why this Brahmin stopped all of a sudden? This man really preached him very well. Oh, I need to make sure he is not having some problem. And then God sends some angel to talk to the Brahmin. Oh, we are sent from God to come and talk to you. If you have any problem, you stop doing all your Brahminical activities, you stop performing bhakti, you give up chanting, you give up all these regulatory principles. What's wrong with you? Anything we are sent by God to know. Then the Brahmin man was started narrating, oh yeah, I did bhakti for many years, but God never come and bless me anything. I was always doing something. I mean, always doing very sincerely to get some benefits, but I never got it. And this angel started preaching to him that actually God was always with you, and he was always providing you feedback and support and the blessings to you. How? I never noticed anything. I never get anything physical, tangible thing. I never find anything. How come God was helping me? Then the angel started explaining to him that the desire and interest that you had to perform all these spiritualist activities, the great intense desire that you had to perform devotional service to God, the inspiration that you had in your mind, in your heart to do all this bhakti was coming from Krishna. Without Krishna giving you that interest, you would not even turn towards Krishna. So you should understand that. So in our life also, we can see that the desire in the devotee's heart, this is coming from Krishna, and this is real blessing that we have. The interest to go out to the street and distribute Krishna's books, like our Steve Prabhu does. Who is giving him that inspiration? Not me, not you, not Donald Trump or not Joe Biden or anybody else. But Krishna is giving that inspiration.
Not even Trump a little bit.
Maybe Trump gives a little more. But my point is that the burning desire to serve Krishna from Krishna. This is Krishna's blessing. This is Krishna's presence in our life. If we keep this interest going with great faith, and we can always remain Krishna conscious. Otherwise, if we have material desires, just like Hiranyakashipu and all the great demons, there is a big risk in our life that every single desire might give us another birth. Do you know how Dhruva Maharaj became Dhruva Maharaj? Do you know his past life?
Was it he became the Guru Maharaj after he was a deer? Or he became a deer?
Deer is different, something else.
Another
But
person. That's
yeah.
another person.
deer was
Bharata.
Bharata, Jada Bharata.
Jagat.
But if you hear Dhruva Maharaj's past life, it is not given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but it is in other Puranas. Dhruva Maharaj in his past life was a great sannyasi, a mendicant who would live in forest, moving around here and there. In ancient time, sannyasis would normally live outside of social life. They would travel, go different places, sometimes spend the night in the forest, sometimes in somebody's house, not attached to anything. Whatever comes up, they accept it. And as a sannyasi, he had a great friend of him who was a great prince. Who was his friend? Royal prince. Somehow, Dhruva Maharaj, the word Dhruva means determination. So you can also understand that. Dhruva, one should have determination like Dhruva Maharaj, but he was stopped by Narada Muni. So many people, don't go, but no, I will just, once I think I go. That is his strong determination. That's why his name is Dhruva. And when he was a sannyasi and he had his friend Prince, great Prince, and they would meet quite often. But sometime in his mind, Dhruva Maharaj thought, I wish I was a prince like him. Because of that one little tiny desire, he was born in the royal family. And because of his previous samskara, that he was a sannyasi, when he was insulted by his father, when he was humiliated by his stepmother, he had that. When his mother said, where can, oh yeah, mommy, I am really upset. I cannot sit on the lap of my father. What do I need to do to sit in his lap? Then mother says, yeah, you need to go to God. I cannot help you, my son. Where do I find God? Yeah, you can find in jungle. His mother was not really serious to send him to the forest. It is like unimaginable that someone of that age could go to the forest. You would not even find your body at all. Next day, you would be eaten up. But because of Dhruva Maharaj being sannyasi in his previous life, and he has that samskara to live in the forest, and he was very attracted, easily attracted to go to the forest and find the God. In the history of whole human civilization, there are so many people who have seen the darshan of Krishna, but Dhruva Maharaj was the one who had seen Krishna in very short time. Because of his previous samskara. And because of his previous, a little tiny desire, which was like, oh, I was already sannyasi, but I wish I was a prince like my friend. And he had to take birth. So that we need to be careful when we perform devotional service. What is our desire inside? We need to be introspective all the time. What am I doing? What is my goal? What is my desire? What am I looking for by practicing Krishna consciousness? Am I doing it for the pleasure of Krishna or for my benefit? We need to always make check and balance in this process of devotional service. Then your advancement becomes very fast and rapid into the Krishna consciousness. The process of rapid Krishna consciousness is to check and balancing our internal desire, that what we are desiring to. So that is why I always find myself in the situation that I'm always thinking about myself, not about Krishna. So where is my Krishna consciousness? It's for my own personal self interest. So if you run after Krishna, then Krishna will run after you. This is why people say, if you take one step like Dhruva Maharaj did it, he went out. He really went to look for Krishna. Then he found it. Krishna immediately thought, okay, Dhruva Maharaj is looking for me. Now I need to look for him. This is how Krishna consciousness works. Otherwise, if we have adulterated or mixed ideas or our own concocted ideas and practice lifetimes, and nothing gonna happen. Just like a boat, they were rowing whole night. It was tied with a rope. It did not move at all. Remain in the same place. So it's very, very, very practical and experimental. Bhakti life is very experimental. We can do this practice. All right, my progress this month. All right, let me look back, and we just think ourselves. So if we fall behind somewhere, we correct and then continue with the mood of pleasing Krishna with our every effort. This is called pure bhakti, Suddha bhakti. This is why it is called Neha Vikarma Na Sosti Pratyabaho Na Vidyate. Sopam Alpasya Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bhayat. It seems like very simple Sanskrit. If it says that anyone who does a little bit of service to Krishna, he will be free from greatest fear. But if you analyze to the word more deeper and study, it is not like a little bit of you do, is avikarma. Neha vikarma. Avikarma means with complete heart and mind and soul, focused. not even with a little bit tinge of material desires. If one perform that devotional service with completely surrendering to that mentality, then whatever one does, a very little tiny bit of service, Krishna will protect him from greatest fear. Because Dhruva Maharaj, being a sannyasi, he had that no fear to go to the forest in his next life. The scripture also says that sadhu sangha, the moment of association with the sadhus, will also bring us same fearlessness and same faith in our mind, in our heart, and we become Krishna conscious, and we become successful in this life, and we return back home, back to that. But devotee's goal is not even that. Just please Krishna at all time with your whole heart. That's all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any question, any comment? I'm very fast and loud. Is it time or we are still?
I mean, you have a little bit more time. We just got
Yeah, we question, yes, question answer. Hare Krishna. Chris.
Thank you for telling the background of Dhruva. I never, that, it all makes total sense now. It's
Yeah.
very interesting, the karma and the,
Uh-huh.
his path,
Yeah.
looking forward, continuing.
Thank you. That is why he was attracted to forest. It was all the arrangement of Providence to, and if Krishna gives a remembrance to his devotees, like in the elephant, the Gajendra elephant, he was a great devotee in his past life, and he was able to remember his past life even in elephant body. So when he was in great difficulties, he was immediately offering prayers. So Krishna gives that remembrance to this. He also gave to Jada Bharata as well. Jada Bharata became deer, and he remembered he was Jada Bharata, and he remained humbled, and he completed his bhakti. So this is the benefit of being devotee of Krishna. If we are sincere in this life, in next life, we still remember what we were. Anything else? Prabhu's.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything from Balagopinath Prabhu?
How then we get rid of the material desires so that we can be sincere? Material desires, giving up material desires, not easy thing, but not impossible as well. You are in the path of devotional service. This process itself is so purifying, very, very purifying. Krishna's name are so purifying that when we chant, Krishna make us realize that, oh yeah, I am very weak in this area, so we are ashamed of ourselves for what we do materially. This understanding and realization comes through our spiritual master and devotees if we sincerely follow the instructions. And it happens step by step. It is not teaching people to leave everything right away and go to forest and meditate and become like Prabhu Maharaj. But it's a matter of time, and the realization comes to you from Krishna. And once we have a realization of Krishna, devotees do not want to lose that realization. They want to always hold of it. This is what devotees are very, very fearful of. We are very fearful of something, that may we never lose this or forget this realization, or may we never go away from Krishna in our life. This is in the deep of your heart. And Sometimes we do not see how much advanced we are, but if we see our life before and after we become devotees, then we can see the tremendous change, huge change, and we have done a lot. But out of humility, devotee will never say, I am advanced, I am great, I have done so much, I have learned a lot, I know Krishna. This is all not the activities of a devotee. Devotee always remain meek and humble. Like my Guru Maharaj said that a cup of dal humbled my idea that I was God. I was very hungry in the street in London. It's a real story. And I thought I was God and he was an artist. He thought I will contribute this world by my art that people might get some unique idea or like inspiration or something. And very hungry, and I heard that if you go to Hare Krishna temple, you can get a free food. Then he came to the temple, and all the devotees left for Harinam Sankirtan, and Malati Mataji was there, and he said, I heard we can get free food here. And she said, yeah, we don't have anything left but some little dal. If you want to drink some dal, I can bring. Oh, that would be great. And she brought some dal and gave it to him. He said 1 liter dal. And after that, he says, my hunger humbled me down. And I thought, if they let me stay in this temple. And she gave him a bucket and a mop and gave him service and please clean this floor, mop this floor. And he says, that was my happiest moment in my life. So we all are doing and practicing and performing bhakti. And slowly and gradually, we are getting rid of our material desires. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So how do you keep the balance? How do you, like, when you're starting this way or this way, you have to keep this balance?
Krishna has spoken in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 is we need to rest, we need to sleep well, we need to eat enough, we need to enjoy something, and also we need to focus on Krishna consciousness. So this is an art to balance. So Prabhupada says that give your intelligence to the world and your heart to Krishna. Because in this material world, we cannot survive just by sitting and meditating. We need to do something. But in order to do that, use your intelligence and use it in the material world and make your living minimal and simple and as bare necessary. And then within your heart, you always meditate and think of Krishna. So you never lose that connection from Krishna. And it can be practically practiced everyday life, day-to-day life. And you are already doing a good job because you teach people about yoga, meditation. You're always talking about, you can always add Krishna consciousness to the life of those people who come to you to learn yoga. And it is a good opportunity for you. It is like a business in the mode of goodness. You are not selling the flesh in the store and then taking the salary and living your life. No, you're living a good life. You already are balancing. You have, whenever you are free time, you come to the temple and provide your knowledge, share your knowledge, and you do service. You are like together, and this is a beautiful family life, working together for Krishna. You are not looking each other and try to satisfy one another's desire, but you are both looking to the same direction and then going further to please in advance in Krishna consciousness. This is an ideal life. Be inspiration to all people. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Kurt? Kathleen and Curtis. Sorry, forgive me for my bad name.
Kind of thinking about something, but
Oh yes, desire. I was thinking about desire. Be careful with desire because one desire can give us one's whole life to fulfill. If I meditate about America, I think I am from Nepal. If I were American, like white American people, that my life would be very happy. Next life, I become American, born in America, and go through all the process. Desire. If I have desire, I wish I want to be with Krishna. Then yes, that desire can take me to Krishna. Even I'm here, still I can feel the desperation, separation. You know, when one is completely blessed from Krishna, what happens? You cannot remain in this world. You start crying, you start like getting mad. What happened in the last life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the end, towards the end of the Antya Lila, if you study Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is at all time crying and feeling separation and banging his head in separation of Krishna. This is why Krishna will not disclose his complete mercy to us. Otherwise, we become mad right now. We cannot control ourselves. So he's giving little after little by little by little by little. And when we become mature and enough and understand enough, then it's very obvious for us to understand Krishna. So hold the lotus feet of sadhus, devotees, and remain within their association and get inspired from them and inspire them. It's always two-way traffic. I cannot inspire myself all the time. If I don't see you coming here, I will fade away sometime. When I see you and when you see me, we help each other. Wow, Bala Gopinath is coming to the temple all the way from this much driving. He works all day, but he still comes. I'm staying at home and not doing nothing. Let me go too. We get inspiration. We inspire and inspire and get inspired. There's these two beautiful couple, like young couple. They would be, if they were not here now, they would be maybe in the downtown.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably. And staying in a long line to go and drink some beer. You know how long line sometimes when we would see the long line when we go Harinam singing.
Oh, yeah.
And what do they do inside? They just music in the mode of complete passion. And you pay your money and get some beer, and then tomorrow morning you lament, oh my God, I wish I never go there. But have you ever regret that you have been to the temple? Why? Why do we regret something we do in material life, and why do we never regret anything that we do in spiritual life? This is the biggest example. When I used to be in Karmi life, I was a teacher before, right? I was a teacher. And Madam is here with food. Thank you. Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Sounds like it.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Did you want them?
I got this one. I'm good with this. Who made this?
I know. I
Very good. Thank you so much.
I think you guys have got twice as much.
Mary, Sachi, have you ever regretted coming to temple or going to Harinam?
No.
Here you go, Miss.
Oh, thank you. No.
But have you ever regretted for smoking cigarettes?
I'm just really glad I
Well,
stopped a long time ago.
See? This is
And then, rice.
because spiritual life is real, eternal. Material temporary is like degrading. So we always regret things.
Who's the real,
Hare Krishna, Hare
my
Krishna.
supervisor?
Maybe we can stop this, madam. Are you already done?
Oh, I don't know. You said-
I was, I knew you were holding the pen. You